The law of attraction is something very real that a lot of us don't realize that, it is, considering that it's probably one of the most useful tools we have. Because once we realize that it's a real thing, once we realize how it works, it's something that we can use to good use, which basically the law of attraction is you attract what you are. You attract blessings in your life depending on what you do and depending on who you are. You attract people in your life depending on what you are and who you are. If you're if you have bad mental health, if you have bad mental issues, like you have trauma, that most likely attract partners or friendships that bring trauma with that and bring the same thing that you have. I'm sure that you can testify that you're friends with people who are just like you, or at least share very similar things to you. And I feel like a lot of us can justify that we can be like, yeah, we can, because in reality we attract what we are. Basically, we are a magnet in the universe where we attract a lot of things to us. And yeah, it's just something that we must at least know. And you can change what you attract by changing of who you are. If you start changing what your habits are, what do you do, what everything, then it can really work out to your benefit. And a lot of us don't realize that we have that power in us. Because if you want to start attracting something different, like maybe you're tired of the friendships you're attracting, maybe you're tired of the relationships which come with a lot of trauma, baggage, all that, or friendships where the friends you bring are fake, they do drugs, they do bad habits, and they bring you into it as well. And to really just get out of attracting those things, you gotta let those things go. You gotta stop doing those habits, which a lot of us can. It's very hard to do, obviously. I struggle with my habits. I still struggle with some habits I do. Like porn is a very bad habit of mine, but slowly I've gotten better, and I'm definitely defeating it slowly. But obviously it takes a lot of time to do, It takes a lot of things to do. It takes a lot of time and effort. But if you're dedicated to putting that time and effort to changing what you attract by changing who you are, the universe will grant you blessings that you may not notice now. Definitely now it's going to be hard to start doing those habits or doing what you want to do, or maybe that you know that you need to do, but you left those things like later because you just want to be lazy and you're scared to do those things. But once you start to do those things, you get blessed by the universe. You start getting blessings like relationships or any type of relationship, work, friendship, romantic, and it just comes naturally. And the more you better yourself, the more relationships that come to your way, the more blessings. And sometimes you do have to be alone for a while. Sometimes you have to sacrifice having a lot of friends for having really good friends. Like some people may start attracting very good friends, but it's very few, and they lose a bunch of friends they used to have. But a lot of their friends that they used to have were bad people. They were bad influence, bad habits. Basically just a bad energy they were just bringing, like bad habits. But now they have 3 or 5 friends, but those 5 friends are like family. They're real people, and they're like good people. They're good for you. And that's just a sacrifice you have to make. You have to sacrifice a lot of things in this life to get good things. You have to sacrifice what you are attracting now, because you gotta stop attracting those friendships. You gotta start attracting good friendships that are basically like family. And once you attract those, other relationships will come as well. But in order to find a good relationship, you have to be good with yourself. You have to find out your habits. You have to find out who you are. You have to find out what makes you tick, basically, in a relationship. Like, what's your attachment style? What triggers you? What insecurities do you have? And what faults do you have? Like, maybe overthinking. I had that in my last relationship, and that really fucked me up in the end, because I was just overthinking a bunch of things that weren't true, just in my head. Now that I'm in a new relationship with my girlfriend that I really like, I don't overthink as much. I'm more calm, and that's mostly just because I changed my habits. I changed the way I thought. I changed the way I think. I just started meditating. I started reading. And most of the time, I'll be honest, like half of the time I skip meditating. I skip reading. I still struggle with that. I skip it sometimes. I try to keep as consistent as I am, but sometimes I do skip reading. Sometimes I do skip meditating. And I do skip the habits sometimes. I can't lie. I have my faults too. It happens often, but not as often as I usually do. I still do my thing. I still try to be consistent as possible. And and I'm slowly getting better. But I realize the more I do this, the more blessings I get into my life. And really, once you get those habits under the way, once you start really just shedding the skin, shedding your old self, you'll get a new self that will attract good things into your life. And it may take a while, but they are coming. And for relationships, that's especially true, because I attracted my girlfriend that now is very caring, is very loving, is very everything. And it just took me to really shed a bunch of stuff, and it took me to at least you know, shed that old part of me, shed those like beliefs, shed that stuff. And most of the time it was actually not even the meditating and reading. Yeah, it played a big part in it, but it was really just the changing the way I thought, where I started changing my self-worth, started changing what I thought of myself, because I didn't think of myself as this dude who just overthinks, who gets cheated on, who can't keep a relationship, who's like this and that, who's a loser. No, I started believing that I'm the shit. I just started believing that, yeah, I got this. Like, if it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. Doesn't matter. I got through the first one. I got through my first breakup a couple months ago. I ended up becoming a way better person in the end. And even though it feels like, you know, even though it feels like it was such a long time ago, it was really recently. It was only 3 months ago. But in those 3 months, I changed so much. I became a person who I never thought I could be. And I'm still changing. Even now, I'm still working on myself. I'm still trying to change. I'm still trying to become better. And right now, it's just leading up to that, where I'm just like, I just keep working. I just keep improving. I keep trying to just become better, trying to learn more. Because I know that the more I try to improve, the more I attract, the more I just bring into my life more blessings from God and the universe, where it just comes naturally to me. And at this point, I may have lost a bunch of friends. I did lose a bunch of relationships with a bunch of people. I can't lie, I did lose like a bunch of friendships, and I don't really talk to people that much anymore. But I realized that now I have way better friendships with people. The people that I do have friendships with, they're way closer to me now. They're way better. We're way better friends. We're way better partners. And I realized how much that took, and it really just took to shed some stuff, just to like let some things go from my past, and just shed light on what my insecurities are, what triggers me. I suggest you write this shit down. Basically, you write down what, like, imagine whatever relationship you were in, or maybe if you were in a relationship, or at least if you were like in a situationship, right? Or maybe you were like about to get into a relationship. Maybe you had a crush on this girl, and you saw triggers, bro. Maybe she didn't text you as fast. Maybe she was busy or whatever. Maybe you started overthinking, started like double text, started being clingy. And you can look at that. Maybe look at your past. Maybe you have like parents who are divorced. Maybe your parents weren't there, one parent or maybe both, or maybe someone else in general, someone who's close to you. You just have to realize those things. Or maybe just you didn't see love from your parents. You were just, and now you're avoiding because you were traumatized about whatever effect. Maybe you're just normal, but you have to figure that shit out in general. What triggers you, and who you are, and how do you tick in a relationship. You have to express that to your partner. You have to ask him, okay, what's your love language? What's this and what that? What's your values? What's all of that? And you just have to see what this person takes, and you have to see also for friendships. Like when you're getting to know someone, even as a friend, you have to like not really ask. You can ask them, definitely, you should, but you'll get it from the vibe as well. Like if the vibe is there, you just start like the conversations just flow, and you just start like, and you just connect with this person, with whoever it is. It works out because you worked out with yourself. You made a relationship with yourself. You loved yourself, and those blessings did came, and they're still coming. As long as you keep working and keep improving and keep doing what you love, then yeah, you can do this still, and you still can do everything that you want. It just takes amount of effort. It takes amount of skill and amount of sacrifice to become a new person and attract new things into your life. And those blessings are way better than you could ever imagine. That relationship, that whatever, friendship, job, relationship that didn't work out, something better is coming. But you have to make sure that something better is coming by improving yourself. Because if you just sit around not doing anything, not improve, then you're gonna get the same thing. It really works that you're a magnet in this universe, and you attract what you are. If you're just like not doing anything after you failed, then yeah, you're not gonna get anything better. But if you improve and you keep working on yourself, you keep it pushing as much as humanly possible, and don't give up hope, and just really just just have hope in God and the universe, and just know that good things are coming. But to manifest them and to make them attracted to you, you have to just be yourself. Just work on yourself, improve yourself, and once you start doing those habits, good things will come. And you'll be like a magnet to blessings in our lives. You'll be a magnet to your blessings, basically. And that's a good thing. And once you get those blessings, you'll look back and be glad that you did those things, that you went through those trials, went through that pain, went through that sacrifice. And that's gonna really just show you that it is worth it. It is worth it to go through this. It is worth it to do whatever. And I'm sure you'll see that. But that's about it. See ya.